Well, hello everybody and welcome to Vinyltreasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, a little bit late here. Late start. I want to welcome you to the All 78 show this October 24th, 2024. Had an issue with last night's Soul show. They blocked the show last night. So, I'm like, were they going to let me post it? Well, they eventually did, although I got... I had to remove a song. I gotta keep it in the memory vaults. There's a certain song I cannot play in the future. Doris Troy. I opened the show with Doris Troy, Just One Look from '63, and that was the record that could not be played. It blocked it in all the countries, so I had to remove that song. So it's up there. So Paul Greco, the show is up there. A lot of listeners get pissed off when the show isn't there, but by accident, I took off a record I should not have done. I played an Intruders record, and I took that off. That was a mistake that I did. But anyway, it's up there. They shut the show down 3 times last night, which was like ridiculous. Listen, I'm dealing with this platform that has these rules for the owners of these records. And it doesn't make a difference if I own the records to play them on the platform. They want the money. I don't care. They can keep the money, but don't shut the show down. But we're just going to leave it at that. But open up with that cool tune. I'm sure many of you recognize this song. On the All 78 show, we opened up with R&B organist, pianist from Philadelphia, William Ballard Doggett, a.k.a. Bill Doggett, started recording back in 1939 with the likes of the Ink Spots, Illinois Jacquette, Lucky Melinder, Louis Jordan, Ella Fitzgerald, Louis Armstrong, the Coleman Hawkins, so many others that he had played with. He formed his own combo back in 52, signed with Sid Nathan's King Records in early 53, had so many releases on the King record label. We just heard his biggest hit, which featured Clifford Scott on the sax there, really cool sax on this tune. A big number 2 Billboard national hit for Bill Doggett there, August 1956 on King. Honky Tonk Part 1. Part 2 is just as good, but we're not going to hear that. We're going to get here to the vocal portion here. And let's open up today's show with a wild up-tempo. This is the debut single for this group. It's led by Danny Lamego, Lamego, along with his band called the Jumping Jacks. This is on Sid Archie and Leo Rogers' Andrea label. Now, the only other record that I know on Andrea 100, is by the Harptones, of course, a great record they do called What Is Your Decision? But this act is similar to Jimmy Cavello and the House Rockers, that up-tempo kind of rock and roll style. So let's open up here from June 56, Danny Lamego, Lamego, and his Jumpin' Jacks on Andrea Records. It's called Hickory Dickory Dock.
Say hickory dickory dock, now it's a hickory dickory rock. They used to say the mouse ran up the clock, and now you see the head cat roll and rock. They do the hickory dick, the hickory dock, the hickory dickory rock, rock, rock. Hickory dickory rock. Hickory dickory rock. Hickory dick, hickory dock, hickory dickory rock. 1, 2, 3. Sheep, they do the hickory dick, the hickory dock, the hickory dickory rock. Hickory dickory rock. Hickory dickory rock. the hickory dickory rock, rock, rock. Hickory dickory, hickory dickory rock. Hickory dickory, hickory dickory rock. Hickory dick, hickory dock, hickory dickory rock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hickory dickory rock.
Well, if that doesn't tucker you out, I don't know what will. Try to dance to that tune there. There you go, Danny Lamego. And the Jumping Jacks there from June 1956 on the Andrea record label, Hickory Dickory Dock, probably a record that Alan Freed, I'm sure, would have played that on his Wins program. 2 more singles followed this in 1957 on the Josie label, another on Jubilee. In 1961, he recorded as Danny Peppermint and his Jumping Jacks. I think Frank Shingaro mentioned that in the chat room on the Carlton record label. So there you go, a kicking up-tempo tune to open up today's 78 vocal portion here. You know, we count down the music chronologically here on the All 78 show. We see how the music has progressed from the early stages of R&B vocal groups, really early stages here. We're going to open up. We're going to go way back now for this one. How many of you were, how many remember the year 1938? I don't think many people do. I think my mother was 2 years old when this record came out. And this came out in May of 1938. Now, this group is from Wilberforce, Ohio. They began recording for Decca Records back in 1935. I think their first 2 releases came out on the Decca label. They would have 3 on Brunswick. Then they moved over to the Vocalion label. That was a subsidiary of Decca Records. This is their second of 5 on Vocalion, and it features the lead singer here, lead tenor Billy Williams, who actually comes in midway through this song. This was recorded on March 19th of 1938, released in May of 1938. We got early Charioteers. Charioteers on Vocalion. The song is called Speak to Me, the Charioteers.
Of love and say what I'm longing to hear. Tender words of love, repeat them again, I implore you. Speak to of love and whisper these words to me, dear. I adore you. I want to hear those words that are so dear. I want to hear you say I love you by all the little stars above you. Your voice is like a fond caress. It thrills me till I must confess I long to hear the voice that brings me such thrilling love and happiness. Speak to me of love and say what I'm longing to hear. Tender words of love, repeat them again, I implore you.
That's how they used to sing back in 1938. You get a taste of that here on the All 78 show. The Charioteers, Billy Williams on lead there, May 1938 release. Speak to Me is the name of the tune on the Vocalion record label. Let's move into 1940 now. Now, on every 78 show, I could probably always include a 78 by the Charioteers, a 78 by this group out of Indianapolis, Indiana. They signed with Decca Records back in 1936, had 114 releases through 1961 on the Decca label. Now, on the last 78 show, I featured their 98th release, a song called I Don't Stand a Ghost of a Chance. That came out in September of 1951. This is an earlier side they recorded for the Decca label. They recorded this on October 10th of 1939, was released in April of 1940, although this song dates back to 1932, first done by the Dorsey Brothers Orchestra with Gene Bose on lead. Let's give a listen to this version as done by the Ink Spots. It features Bill Kenny on lead. We go to April of 1940 for the Ink Spots on the Decca label and their rendition of the tune I'm Getting Sentimental Over You, the Ink Spots. Whoops. Wrong one. There you go.
Never thought I'd fall, but now I hear love call. I'm getting sentimental over you. Things you say and do just thrill me through and through. I'm getting sentimental over you. I thought I was happy, I could live without love. Now I must admit, love is all I'm thinking of. Won't you please be kind and just make up your mind that you'll be sweet and gentle, be gentle with me, because I'm sentimental over you.
Honey child, I thought I was happy and that I could live without love. But darling, now I got to admit to you, love is all I'm thinking of. Come on, baby, won't you please be kind? It ain't hard for you to make up your mind that you'll be sweet and gentle. Honey, I mean, just gentle to me.
Because I'm sentimental over you.
There you go. That's April 1940 release there for the Ink Spots. Bill Kenny and the Ink Spots there. Sounding really good on that Decca 78. I'm Getting Sentimental Over You is the name of the tune here. Let's move into 1941 now. Let's stay with the Decca record label. And this group is supposedly out of Cleveland, Ohio. Now, the group was founded by singer William Westbrook. They had their first recording session with Decca Records back on December 11th of 1940. They cut 4 sides, which featured a tenor William Westbrook on lead. Now, the label dragged their feet with releasing this song, but they eventually did. And this is the group's second release from November of 41. Let's give a listen to the Cabineers. The Cabineers now on the Decca label from November 41. It's called Let the Party Go On. The Cabineers.
Come on round, you jiving hound, 2309 top floor of town. Plenty gals will meet you there. Some are hip and some are square. Do something, start something, let the party go on. Everything will be okay, just rock on down this way. Join, jumping, the music's fine, you can have a darn good time. Do something, start something, let the party go on. Let the party go on. Boy, bring some juice on. They're jumping legs and tied feet. Don't stop now, cause it's 3:30. Do something, start something, let this party roll on. Do something, let the party go on. Everything will be okay, just drop on down this way.
Now the joint is jumping and the gals are fine. There's barrels of whiskey and oodles of wine.
Do something, let the party go on. Do something, let the party go on. Everything will be okay, just drop on down this way. The tea came in, didn't make no booze. Good night, folks, ain't no more juice. Do something, let the party go on. Let the party go.
Hey, sorry about that, folks. That's the November 1941 release for a group called the Cabineers. The Cabineers on the Decca label. That's William Westbrook on lead. Let the Party Go On is the name of the tune. Now, what do I have here? The other releases followed this Decca release on Abbey and also on Prestige. I've featured their song Whirlpool, a great record they do, on the 78 show with a female lead, Maggie Furman. Those are the Cabineers. Let's move into 1942 now with this group from Hampton, Virginia. It's their last release on the RCA subsidiary Bluebird label, and I'm talking about the Deep River Boys, but they don't get top billing on this. The top billing goes to pianist Thomas Wright Waller, a.k.a. Fats Waller. It says it on the label. It says vocal refrain and piano by Fats Waller with the Deep River Boys. Now, this song was published back in 1909, a tune written by Gus Edwards and Edward Madden. This was first performed on stage by Lillian Lorraine in the Ziegfeld Follies. Now, the song had been used in many motion pictures and TV shows through the years. Like in 1953, there was a movie of the same title starring Doris Day. But let's go to July of 1942 here. These are pre-war, these records. I mean, they really sound pretty good for the, I think David Bauer mentioned the, the shellac was not good. The material was not available to press these with a nice pure vinyl. It was all recycled stuff. So this is Fats Waller and the Deep River Boys on Bluebird Records from July 42, and their version of the tune By the Light of the Silvery Moon. That's the sound of the Deep River Boys. That's Fats Waller on the piano there. And these talented musicians, you really have to say these talented. I don't. I guess about, remember, you're getting a piece of history here on the Thursday afternoon show. This one here from July 1942. That's Fats Waller and the Deep River Boys, By the Light of the Silvery Moon. That one there on the Bluebird record label. Let's move into 1943 now with the Five Redcaps. The first recording for Joe Davis's Beacon Records. They had their first session in July of 1943. This This was the group's second overall release. Now, the group members were Romaine Brown, Doles Dickens, Steve Gibson, David Patillo, and Jimmy Spriggs. Now, the writer of this is Leslie Beacon, which was an alias for label owner Joe Davis. Go to August of 1943 now. The 5 red caps on the Beacon label. It's called I Made a Great Mistake. The 5 red caps.
I laughed when you said we were through. I thought I would find someone new, but time has proved when I lost you, I made a great mistake. Why was I so blind with my pride to be so unkind when you cried? The day that I cast you aside, I made a great mistake. Sadly, I recall the way we parted, and my guilty heart aches with regret. Gladly, I'd go back to where we started, if you would forgive and forget. I know how memory can burn, and oh, how I pray you return. I had to be a fool to learn I made a great mistake. I wouldn't be so lonely, skies wouldn't be so gray. Sweetheart, if I had only known what I know today. Sadly, I recall the way we parted, and my guilty heart aches with regret. Oh, gladly I'd go back to where we started, if you would forgive and forget. I know how memory can burn, and oh, how I pray you return. I had to be a fool to learn I made my great mistake.
There you go there from August 1943. Those are the 5 red caps, the 5 red caps on the Beacon record label. That's Joe Davis's Beacon record label that he would eventually put on the back burner, then rejuvenate later on in the 1950s, mid-1950s. That's I Made a Great Mistake. Johnny G tries not to make mistakes. You know, sometimes I am human. We all make mistakes. We do. But thank you all for being here. And if you enjoy what you're hearing, this 78 show, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. We do this show every other Thursday. It takes me a while to get the 78s together. I got a whole bunch that came into the collection, so I have to clean them and prepare them, then I got to file them back. So it's a lot of work versus, you know, just dragging an MP3 or whatever. So it's not that easy to do, and you get to see and hear these original recordings. And you know, not many people really do this, especially with the 78s, but it's you know, this is a piece of history. We can't let this go. This is keeping this alive here for other generations to hear as we continue here on the Vinyl Treasures show. Let's move up 3 years now. We move into 1948, and a few months ago on my Saturday Night 50s show, I featured a group called the Romancers. a song they did back in 1961 on Joe Davis's Celebrity record label, a song called No Greater Love. Now, listening to this song on 78, I think their song, I should say the Romancers' song, might have been derived or inspired by this tune, as done by Johnny Moore's Three Blazers. Now, the song written by the band leader Isham Jones and Marty Symes, and this is by the Three Blazers, which included Johnny Moore on guitar, Eddie Williams on bass, and Charles Brown. He played the piano. The self-contained group played the piano, and he's on the vocals here. This is on Leon Renee's exclusive label out of Hollywood, California. Now listen closely to the words on this and think of those of you that are record collectors or song aficionados that know that Romancers tune on Celebrity called No Greater Love. This is from April 46. Johnny Moore's Three Blazers on exclusive records with No Greater Love.
There is no greater love than what I feel for you. No greater love, no heart so true. There is no greater thrill than what you bring to me. No sweeter song than what you sing to me. You're the sweetest thing I have ever known. Just to think that you are mine alone. There is no greater love in all this world, it's true. No greater love than what I feel for you. There is no greater love in all this world, it's true. No greater love than what I feel for you. No greater love than what I feel for you.
There you go, from April 1946. That's Johnny Moore's Three Blazers. That is Charles Brown on lead, also on piano there. Song entitled No Greater Love. That's on Leon Renee's exclusive label. I think that's the same song that the Romancers do, I think. But anyway, let us continue here. Let's move into 1947 now with a R&B saxophonist and band leader. Now, he's the younger brother of singer Nellie Lutcher, and he's from Lake Charles, Louisiana. He would relocate to Los Angeles back in 1947. Now, Art Roop, the owner of Specialty Records, heard him and signed him to his label. And here's his second of three for the Specialty label. It's a song he wrote. We go to October of 1947 for Joe Lutcher and his Society Cats. This is on the Specialty label. It's called Rockin' Boogie.
We're playing it because it rocks. Yes, we're playing this boogie and we're playing it because it rocks. Yes, we're playing this boogie and we're playing it for the Bobby stop.
There you go. The music's starting to get rocking now. That is a Joe Lutcher and his Society Cats. That's October 1947, Art Roop Specialty Records. The second of three for the Specialty label. Rockin' Boogie is the name of the two. Now, interesting thing that happened to this singer. He would sign with Capitol Records and put out a bunch of releases on the Capitol label. I think at the hunch of his sister. She didn't like something about Art Roop. So he ended up going to Capitol Records. But in 1957, after seeing the launching of Sputnik as a divine revelation, he abandoned music altogether for religion. That's what he did. But that is an interesting thing for Joe Lutcher. Johnny G is your disc jockey for a Thursday afternoon. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. Also, click the bell to get notifications when I go live. This is the second show of the week. I'll be back Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. with your requests from the 1950s and early 60s. I play those records by year, but we start off a little bit sooner than 1938. And if you have a request or you would like to get in touch with me, you can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. We are in the year 1947. Let's stay out in California for the Basin Street Boys. This is a flip side from the last 78 show. Featured their sixth release on Leon Renee's exclusive label. It was called Ain't Got No Loot. Well, this is the flip. It's actually a request for listener Casey Hines in Paris. The song goes back to 1933 as done by Harry Warren and Al Tune. Let me see. It was written by Harry Warren and Al Dublin, first recorded by Ted Weems and his orchestra, with Elmo Tanner on lead. But let's go to May of 1947 for this version of the Basin Street Boys on Exclusive Records and their rendition of the tune For You.
I'd do anything for you. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for you. For you, I'd make a string of pearls out of the dew. For you, for you. Over the highway and over the sea, carpets of clover I'd lay at your feet. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do for you, for you. For you, for you, for you. For you, I'd do anything, anything for you.
There you go. Whoops! There you go. I needed to put the. I usually the weight of my tone arms here is a little bit over 3 grams. I should have made that a little heavier on that one, because sometimes on some of the 78s, if there is. If they are a little bit, I'm not going to say that this record's warped, but just sometimes there's there are a lot of imperfections on the 78s. So they are can be problematic with if your tone arm is too light, and it was too light there. It leveled off as it got closer in because the line was much straighter there to work. But unfortunately, sometimes there's some records I can't even play, even if I get it up there really high, unfortunately. But that needed to be a little bit heavier, that tone arm. I apologize for that. May 1947 release there, the Basin Street Boys on Exclusive Records. That's For You is the name of the tune. Johnny G is here for you, the listeners, here to the Vinyl Treasure Show. So let's continue here as we move on. And we are still in the year, one more out of 1947. This group from Chicago, Illinois, formed in the early 1930s while they were in high school. They were inspired by the Ink Spots, first recording for the RCA subsidiary Bluebird label, and in 1939. But they signed, that was in 1939, I should say. They signed with Irving Berman's Manor label, which was out of Newark, New Jersey in 1946. Actually, they had a single prior to this on Berman's Regis label, came out in February of 46 before their releases on the Manor label. Now here's the group's 7th release, a tune written by the lead singer of the group. His name is Austin Powell. Let's go to July of 1947 for The Cats and the Fiddle. The Cats and the Fiddle on the Manor record label. Their tune is called Where Are You?
I'm here, but where are you? The moon is high, sky is blue, and here am I. But where are you? A night like this was meant for two, and here am I. But where are you? Have you forgotten the night that we met? We've so much to remember. How could you forget the dreams I dreamed have not come true? My dreams are here, but where are you? Have you forgotten all the nights we met? So much to remember. How could you forget the dreams I dream have not come true? My dreams are here, but my darling, where are you?
As July 1947 release there for The Cats and the Fiddle. That one there on the Manor label. That's Austin Powell on lead. Where Are You is the name of the tune. Now, with the group's popularity, RCA was continuing to release their singles, and most notably their best-known song, I Miss You So, which was released 5 times as a single, like 5 different numbers. It was interesting, though, through the years. Anyway, let us continue here now, and let's do another single on Irving Berman's Manor record label as we are in the year 47. Now we're moving in 1948. Actually, I have a triple play on the Manor label, and we move into 1948. A flip from the last 78 show by the Four Tunes featured their 13th release called How Can I Make You Believe in Me, which was the intended B-side. Now let's give a listen to the intended A-side, again featuring Jimmy Nabby on lead from October 48. October 1948, the Four Tunes on the Manor label. It's called Don't You Ever Mind, the Four Tunes.
Don't you ever mind them when they tell you that I won't be true, and I'm not the kind of boy for you. Don't believe the things they say. So don't you ever mind them when they try so hard to make you know how we two would never make a go. Don't believe the things they say. All my love I'll hold in store, and as the years go by, I'll learn to love you more and more. On that you can rely. So don't you ever mind them, and someday you're bound to realize they were jealous of our paradise. Don't believe the things they say. All my love I hold in store, and as the years go drifting by and by, I'll learn to love you more and more. On that you can rely. So don't you ever mind them, and someday you're bound to realize they were jealous of our paradise. Don't believe the things they say. Darling, don't believe the things they say to you.
Yeah, that's the sound of the Four Tunes there. October 1948 release on the Manor record label. Don't You Ever Mind is the name of that one. That's Jimmy Nabby on lead. That is the intended A-side of that. That's if I say 45, you have to forgive me. These are 78s today. As we continue here, here's a triple play on the Manor record label. This is another flip from the last show, as these are the Four Tunes again. They return. This time they're backing up Savannah Valentine Roberts, a.k.a. Savannah Churchill. Featured the B-side of this 78, a song called All of Me, and but this is the intended A-side from February 49. We are in the year 1949 now. Savannah Churchill and the Four Tunes on Manor Records. It's called Would You Hurt Me Now? Whoops. There we
go. Would you hurt me now, since you taught my love to flame? Was it just a game of make-believe? Making believe. Would you hurt me now, when you begged for just a chance to teach my heart romance? I can't believe two lips so thrilling have told me such beautiful lies, two arms so willing to hold me became so suddenly wise? Can you tell me now that you care for someone new, knowing I love you? How could you hurt me now?
So thrilling have told me
Such beautiful lies.
Two arms so willing to hold me became so suddenly wise.
Can you tell me now that you care for someone new, knowing I love you?
Darling, could you, would you hurt me now?
Yeah, February 1949 release there for Savannah Churchill and the four tunes on the Manor record label. Would You Hurt Me Now is the name of the tune. Johnny G is your disc jockey for a Thursday afternoon. It's our All 78 get-together here. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you are, please give me a thumbs up as we continue here. We are in the year 1949 now. Let's do this special request for listener Jack Saperstein, who was tuned into the program. Have to say hi to Jack, and he is a big fan of Johnny G and the Vinyltreasure show. He made a special request for this great group out of Baltimore, Maryland. Now, with the introduction of this group, the music really started changing with this group. When they came on the scene, the group started changing. The music started changing. I'm talking about the Orioles. Now, this is on Jerry Blaine's Jubilee record label. This was never released on a 45. Actually, all the records I've played up to this point, I don't think were on 45s. You might get some going forward, which I do have on 45s, but not all of them. But as we get into the later 50s, everything ended up on a 45. But this never came out on a 45. This is the group's fifth release for Jubilee Records. This song first done back in 1938 by Alan Jones, but this version is done by the Orioles. Now, it features George Nelson on lead. This is not Sonny Till. This is George Nelson on lead. This is by request for Jack in New Jersey. June 49, the Orioles on Jubilee. It's called Donkey Serenade.
Well, there's a song in the air for the fair senorita doesn't seem to care for my song in the air. Oh, well, I sing to the mule, yeah, 'cause the mule isn't much sweeter, but thinking I'm a fool, serenade in a mule. Well, boy, my song's in the air, yeah, but the fair senorita doesn't seem to care for my song in the air. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. My song's in the air, yeah, but the fair senorita doesn't seem to care for my song in the air. Oh, well, I'll walk, talk, chat with the mule, yeah, 'cause the mule isn't much sweeter, but thinking I'm a fool, serenade in a mule. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Douglas, it's not so sweet, are you the one for me? Hey!
There you go. That's the sound of the Orioles there. That's going out to Jack in New Jersey, June 1949 release, Donkey Serenade. That is with George Nelson on lead. We're going to flip the 45 over. It's not Goodnight Irene, Jack. It's another tune, but a great tune that features Sonny Till on lead. Give me 1 sec to flip the 78, I should say. There you go. That was a quick flip. So let's flip this 78 over by request for listener Jack Saperstein in New Jersey, June 1949. It features Sonny Till on lead, their fifth release on the Jubilee label. This is not on a 45. It's only on a 78. The Orioles with their tune called I Challenge Your Kiss. This is for Jack.
I challenge your kiss to make me love you more. Could I adore you more than this? I challenge your kiss. Don't think it ever will give any kind of thrill that I miss. Can it be true that your lips make one mad about you? Can it be true that your kiss keeps love ever anew? Oh yes, with you life is bliss. It's all that I could care. So why should I beware? Darling, I challenge your kiss. Oh, can it be true? Girl, your lips make what? Oh, mad about you. Can it be true? Girl, your kisses keeps love ever anew. Oh, yes, and with you life is bliss. It's all that I could care. So why should I beware? I challenge your kiss.
As June 1949 release there for Sonny Till and the Orioles. That's by request for listener Jack Saperstein in New Jersey. I Challenge Your Kiss is the name of the tune. Johnny G is your disc jockey here on a Thursday afternoon. Let us continue here, and we move into the year 1950 now with a group called the Dixie Airs. And on the last 78 show, I featured their first of 7 on Bob and Morty Shadd's Sittin' In With label. The song was called Pray. Let's give a listen to the flip side here. Now, the group founded in early 1947 by J.C. Ginyard, and other members of the group were Joseph Floyd, Thomas Hines, and Jimmy Smith. Now, interesting that they started out singing gospel, but they moved Usually you're either going to sing gospel and then you're going to switch over to secular, but they didn't do that. They were going back and forth doing R&B and novelty and then gospel. Usually you don't do that. You stick with one and then you switch later, because lots of people that would listen to the gospel wouldn't go to the secular music. I think that was one of the things that Sam Cooke ended up getting criticized for, because he was with the Soul Stirrers singing gospel. Then he went to secular music and it was like, what are you doing? But he has such a great voice anyway. But let's give a listen here to the Dixie Airs, 1950 on Sittin' In With. It's called Don't Let That Worry You, the Dixie Airs.
When trouble bothers you, you don't know what to do. Friends mistreat you too. Don't let that worry you. Stars ain't shining bright. Your future holds no light. Things ain't going right. Don't let that worry you. Don't sit around and mope when they got you on the rope. Never give up hope. Don't let that worry you. It ain't no use to fret and get yourself upset. Smile and you'll forget. Don't let that worry you. Keep on trying. Things will come your way. Keep on trying. Just remember every dog must have his day. Just what to do. Friends mistreat you too. Don't let that worry you. Hey, when stars ain't shining bright, future holds no light. Things ain't going right. Don't let that worry you. Now it ain't no use to sit and mope when we got you on the ropes. Never give up hope. Don't let that worry you. Well, it ain't no use for you to fret. Get your fool self all upset. Just smile, you'll forget. Don't let that worry you. Don't let that worry you.
Those are the Dixie Airs, from 1950. That's on the Sittin' In With record label out of New York City. Don't Let That Worry You is the name of the tune. As we continue here on the All 78 show, and let's continue with a few more flip sides from the last 78 show. I featured this group called the Balladeers on the Jubilee record label, their first of two. I played It Ain't Right, which featured Billy Matthews on lead. He's also doing lead on the flip side. Now, this song originally dates back to 1935, done by so many artists like Bing Crosby, Guy Lombardo, Mantovani, Jack, what did I write here? And of course, for the group Harmony folks, as done by the Five Keys. But let's give a spin to this version by the Balladeers. We go to February of 1950 for the Balladeers on Jubilee and their rendition of the tune Red Sails in the Sunset, the Balladeers.
Red sails in the sunset, way out on the sea.
home safely to me.
Swift winds we must borrow,
Blowing,
make straight for the shore. We'll marry tomorrow,
and we'll go sailing no more. Red sails on the sunset, way out on the sea. Oh, Gary, my loved one, home safely to me.
Whoops. Those are the Balladeers. The Balladeers from February 1950. That's on the Jubilee record label, their rendition of the tune Red Sails in the Sunset. Got one more 78 out of the year 1950 here. And this time it's a request for listener Mark Langdale in Australia. And you can check out his show called Shake, Rattle, and Roll. I posted the link on last Saturday's YouTube page. I have the link there. Mark asked if I could flip over a Blender 78 I played on the last 78 show. I featured their first of 8 on the Decca label. I featured Honeysuckle Rose was the name of the tune. The flip side is an excellent ballad. It features Ollie Jones on leads. This is going out to Mark in Australia, May 1950. Let's give a listen to the Blenders on Decca Records. The song is called Gone. This is for Mark.
Gone, my baby's gone. Oh yes, she left me and found somebody new. But I must have you, baby. Please don't say we're through. Gone, my baby's gone. And since she left me, I don't know what to do. But I still want you, baby. Please don't say we're through. Yes, I miss you so much, baby. Since you went away, I'm hoping and a-praying you'll come back someday. I know you didn't love me, and I know you played around, but I never thought it would get so good you'd put me down. Gone, my baby's gone. Oh yes, she left me. Now I'm feeling blue, but I still need you, baby. Please don't say we're through. Yes, you made me love you, baby. Now I'm helpless as can be, but if wanna play around, that's quite alright with me. See anyone you want to, no matter where or when. Just come back sometime, baby, and thrill me once again. Gone, my baby's gone. Oh yes, she left me. Now I'm
feeling blue. But I still need you, baby. Please don't say we're
As by request for Mark in Australia, Mark Langdale, the Blenders there. That's Ollie Jones on lead. That's May 1950. It's on the Decca record label. That's a nice, I don't know if it's like a true flexi, but it's not. It's more durable than just the shellac records there. It's a really nice playable copy there. A song entitled Gone. Johnny G, Not Gone, Not Yet. We'll be here till about, well, got to get out of here before 5 o'clock, that is for sure. But let us continue here. And on the September 28th Saturday night show, I featured this trio out of Chicago, a request for listener John Engstrom. They were called the Big Three Trio, and they were Leonard Caston, Ollie Crawford, and lead singer Willie Dixon, and they had 5 releases on the OK record label. Now, on that Saturday night show, I played their 5th release called Be a Sweetheart, which I had on a 45 from 1953. But this was their first, a tune written by the lead singer here, Willie Dixon, and it's a very interesting title. So I don't know if this would even work for today, really, but it's a cool title. It's called Violent Love. It sounds rough, folks, but let's go to July of 51. The Big Three Trio on OK Records. Their tune is called Violent Love.
Make violent love to you by the moon above. I want to make violent love to you. I want to kiss every night, to squeeze and hold you tight. I want to make violent love to you. I don't want to be frantic, I don't want to cramp your style. You're driving me into a panic, you almost drive me wild. I want to make a whoopee too and have a little fun with you. I want to make violent love to you. I don't want to be frantic, I don't want to cramp your style. You're driving me into a panic, you almost drive me wild. I want to make a whoopee too and have a little fun with you. I want to make violent love to you.
There you go. That's Violent Love. Wow, is the name of the tune there. That's in July 1951, the Big Three Trio. On OK Records, Violent Love is the name of the tune. Now, they were on other labels, actually before OK, mainly for their parent, Columbia Records. Lots of releases on the Columbia label, also recorded for Bullet and also the Delta labels. Let us continue here in the year 1951 with this group from Charlotte, North Carolina. Began recording back in 1946 for the Decca label, but they signed with Capitol Records in 1951. They had something like 33 releases on the Capitol label through 1957, as this song was also put out as their last single in June of 1957, but it first came out in July of 1951. It features Gene Alford on lead. Let's give a listen to The Four Nights, July 51. The Four Nights on the Capitol label. It's called Walkin' and Whistlin' Blues, The Four Nights.
As I walk through the city, walking and whistling down this lonely street, counting the lampposts, whistling the blues to a walking beat. Will I ever find the someone that I long to meet? Of my baby, and I remember how she let me down. Gotta keep walking, whistling the blues to this lonely town, and the echo of my footsteps follows me around. Shadows on my left, shadows on my right. Guess I'll be walking the rest of the night, looking for someone, maybe it's you, someone to keep me from feeling blue and to help me lose these walking and whistling blues.
There you go. That is definitely a strollable tune for Lenny G. There you go, The Four Nights. July 1951 release. That's on the Capitol record label. Walkin' and Whistlin' Blues is the name of the tune. That's Gene Alford on lead for that one. Let's move into 1952 now. We head to Detroit, Michigan. This group would later record as the Midnighters for Sid Nathan's Federal Records, but prior to that, they were called the Royals. They had 10 singles as the Royals, and their last release from February of 54, a song called Work With Me Annie, was issued both as the Royals and as the Midnighters. But here is the group's fourth release on the Federal record label, and this is the first to feature Hank Ballard on lead. Actually, a very raspy sounding Hank Ballard. Almost doesn't sound like him, but it is him on lead. Let's go to September of 1952. The Royals on the Federal record banner. It's called I'll Never Let Her Go. These are the Royals.
Oh, you know I want to see my baby. Yes, I want her every day. Yes, I want to see my baby so I can take her everywhere. Now, when she smiles and says she cares, I must admit I was unfair. When I get her in my arms, so I'll never let her go. Yes, never, never let her go. No, never, cause I love her so. For every time she smiles at me, I'm happy as a man can be. Yes, no more tears shall I shed. Now the time my heart has bled. Every day I love her so, I'll never, never let her go. Yes, never, never let her go. No, never, cause I love her so. For every time she smiles at me, I'm happy as a man can be. No, no more tears shall I shed. Count the time my heart has bled. Every day I love her so, I'll never, never let her go. Every time she smiles at me, I'm happy as a man can be. Yes, no more tears shall I shed. Count the time my heart has bled. Cause every time I love her so, I'll never, never let her go.
As Johnny G gets caught here, boy. There you go. That is the Royals there. That is a raspy Hank Ballard on lead. I don't know, was he trying to sound like somebody else there? Possibly. There you go, September 1952. That's on the Gold Top Federal label. I'll Never Let Her Go is the name of the tune. Johnny G spinning my 78s here for a Thursday afternoon. Again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. This is the second show of the week. I average like 2.5 shows a week, although the last 2 weeks it was 3. I had a special guest, in-studio guest last Thursday, Bill Olb, with his third gospel special, which was a roaring success. He'll be back again in the beginning of next year. We're doing another gospel special, plus others. Been talking to Bill on some other specials here on a Thursday afternoon. But hopefully you're digging on the tunes here, and let's do it. Let's do a twin spin on Sid Nathan's Federal record label, and it's a flip side from last week. I featured Billy Ward and his Dominoes, their 11th release for the Federal label, called I'm Lonely. That featured Jimmy Oliver on lead. This is the flip side now, recorded at a session held September 17th of 1952, but this was released in October of 52. Tune written by Billy Ward and Roseanne Marks. This features Clyde McFadder on lead from October 52, Billy Ward and his Dominoes. The song is called Yours Forever, the Dominoes.
Yours forever, yours forever, I'll always be, if you promise you will be true. Yours forever, yours forever, can't you see that I love you, I really do. You know that I can't live without you. Don't you know that I'm mad, so mad about you. Yours forever, yours forever, just as before. Yours forever, yours forever, oh, I'll always be, if you promise that you will be true, say you'll be true. Yours forever, yours forever, oh, can't you see that I love you, baby, don't you know that I do. You know that I can't live without you. Baby, don't you know that I'm mad, so mad about you. Yours forever, yours forever, just as before. Yours forever, forever.
Getting caught here on a Thursday afternoon. There you go, the sound of Billy Ward and the Dominoes there, October 1952. That's the great Clyde McFadder on lead. Yours Forever is the name of the tune. That's Sid Nathan's Federal Records for that one. And let's move into 1953 now. I mentioned J.C. Ginyard as a member of the Dixie Airs earlier in the program. And he would form another group. They were known as the Dewdroppers. And on the last 78 show, I played the group's second release for Bobby Robinson's Red Robin record label, a song called Go Back. Let's give a listen to the flip side here before it goes back down in the no humidity basement. This group had already left Red Robin by the time this release came out. They were already on RCA, who did lots of promotion for the group, so they were becoming recognized. So Robinson released this record to capitalize on that. As we'll send this one out to Big Dave Swinger, also to Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. May 1953, the Dewdroppers on Red Robin. It's called Come On and Love Me, the Dewdroppers.
Come on, baby, doo-doo-doo. Come on, baby, doo-doo-doo. Bow, 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 bow. Come on and love me, baby. Well, come on and love me, honey. Please, come on and love me, daddy. Well, come on and love me, honey. Please, daddy, need to love me. Well, come on, love me, honey. Well, roses are red, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet and so are you. Sure as a vine grows around the stump, you're my darling sugar love. Come on, love me, baby. Well, come on, love me, honey. Please, you better need to love me. Every letter I write, seal with a kiss. Every time I'm near you, I'm filled with bliss. Every time you touch me, I want a little hug. I've never been bitten by old love bug. Oh, love me, baby. Well, love me, honey. Please, daddy need loving. Well, the ocean is long, deep and wide, but I would swim it, baby, if you were on the other side. Don't ever leave me, don't ever go away. I wanna be with you both night and day. Oh, love me, baby. Well, oh, love me, honey. Please, you just need loving. Oh, love me, honey. Please, you just need loving. Baby. Gotta have me loving.
There you go, May 1953. That's the second of two for the Dewdroppers. That's on Bobby Robinson's Red Robin Records. Song entitled Come On and Love Me there. We'll send that one out to a Big Dave Swinger. Also, Frank Chingaro, who's in our YouTube chat room. Frank is one of the hosts of the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. Frank, along with Gordon Skagberg, they do it Sunday afternoons beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 to 6. The Rhythm and Blues Serenade out of Hofstra Radio, Hofstra University, WRHU-FM, 88.7 on your FM dial. Also, on the internet, on the net at WRHU.org. And Frank has been playing 78s. He said that I've inspired him to take his 78s out. That's a good feature that he does, plus other new features on the program. So tune in to that program from 3 p.m. Eastern Time till 6 on WRHU-FM for Frank and Gordon on the Rhythm and Blues Serenade. And I'm glad that Frank is listening and tuned in to the Vinyl Treasures show. Let's continue here on Vinyl Treasures, and we just heard the Dewdroppers from 1953. Let's stay in 1953 and head back to Harlem, New York for this next group. Featured their second release on the September 5th, 78 show. Came out on Jack Bergman and Saul Bolton's Gem Records out of New York City. That song was called Only a Miracle. Came out in, which was May in 1954. That's their second, but let's give a listen to their first. Not much is known about this group except that their bass member, Pat Gaston, would become a member of the Solitaires. This is with the Blues Express Orchestra from June 1953. Let's listen to the Four Bells. The Four Bells on Gem. It's called Please Tell It to Me. The Four Bells.
Don't tell the birds and don't tell the trees. Don't tell all the people that you see. Darling, if you can, please won't you tell it to me. Don't tell the fish in that rippling stream that the love in
June 1953 release there for the Four Bells. That's their first, what I say there? Yeah, their first of two on the Gem record label. We'll send this one out to Joe Shacatano in our YouTube channel. That was an old request that Joe had. You know, Joe keeps track of all his requests that he sent Johnny G. He sent me a lot of requests over the years. I've played the majority of them, Joe. There are a few that I have not, although I have gotten some that I have kind of resurfaced here, but there you go. Please Tell It To Me is the name of the tune. Tell Johnny G your requests. You can email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. If I have the 45 or 78, I'll feature it here on the program. It could be for the 60s show, this 78 show. I don't have everything. So some people say, Johnny, can you play this on your 78 show? Well, you see, it wasn't that I was a 78 collector per se. When I couldn't find the 45 or they were too expensive, I ended up getting them on a 78, and then I just ended up picking them up during my collecting career. I'm still continuing with the career. My working career is pretty much over, but not my collecting career. Let us continue here. We move into the year 1954 now with another flip side from a couple weeks ago. This group from Baltimore, Maryland, the Sound of the Swallows here, featured the ballad side of this on the last 78 show, a song called My Baby. Came out on Flap Hanford's After Hours label. Now that side featured Earl Hurley on lead. The flip side is a Cool Jump tune, which features Frederick Money Johnson on lead. This is from July 1954, The Swallows on After Hours Records. It's called Good Time Girls, The Swallows. July 1954 release there for the Swallows. That's on the After Hours record label, Flap Hanford's After Hours record label. Good Time Girls is the name of that one. That's Frederick Money Johnson on lead. Sounds of 1954 here on the Thursday afternoon show. Let's go back to Los Angeles, California. We haven't been there since the beginning of the show there. And this is the Bahari Brothers Flair record label for a group named after the label. They were known as the Flairs, and this is their fifth release on Flair Records, co-written by the lead singer of the group, his name Richard Berry. This recorded on October 8th of 8th or 6th? 8th, yeah. October 8th of 1953, released in May of 1954. Now, the other members of the group were Thomas Pete Fox, Cornell Gunther, Obadiah Jesse, and Beverly Thompson. This is from May 54. Let's hear the Flairs on Flair. It's called You Were Untrue.
You were untrue. You were untrue. Took my love and now you're gone away. I can't sleep, baby, night or day, hoping you come home. I love you so, baby, why did you have to go? Baby, 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 it's more than you know, but still you're so untrue. There's a beating in my heart, it's about to drive me crazy. Why did we part? I love you, I don't mean maybe. Well, I love you so. Baby, why did you have to go? Baby, 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 it's more than you know, but still you're so untrue. There's a beating in my heart, it's about to drive me crazy. Why did we part? I love you, I don't mean maybe. Well, please come back to me, baby, 'cause I love you so. Maybe it's more than you know. Please stop being untrue. Oh, baby, baby, won't you please come home?
Sounds of California here on the Thursday afternoon show. Those are the Flairs. You're going to get great sounds on the especially on my set here. Everybody that I have up here and the Johnny G Studios say the sound quality is excellent. Hopefully it's coming across excellent on your speakers. Darren's saying it is. And it just sounds good here, I got to tell you. It's so clear, so much better than the 45, I have to say. May 1954, that's Richard Berry and the Flairs on the Flair record label. That's their fifth release for Flair. You Were Untrue is the name of the tune. Johnny G is true here, playing only original 78s on this Thursday afternoon. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. As we continue here, we are in the year 1954. Here's a flip side from last week, or I should say a couple weeks ago when we did the last 70. Actually, it was further than that. It was, what was it, the 4th maybe, or no, the 9th? I don't know. I don't remember. But on the last 78 show, I featured this group out of Gary, Indiana, the 5Cs, played their second of 2 on Leonard Allen's United label, which was out of Chicago. The song was called My Heart's Got the Blues. Let's flip it over here, the 78 over. This side written by the label owner, Leonard Allen. It features Clarence Anderson on lead. He was the original lead of the group from June 54. The 5Cs on United. It's called Goody Goody.
Goody goody, she's real fine. Goody goody, she's all mine. I don't care what nobody say. Please don't take my goody away. Goody goody, she's so sweet. Goody goody, she's so neat. I don't mind whatever you do. She can't be a goody and a man too. I love my goody goody goody. I love my goody goody goody. I love my goody. She's so pretty. Goody goody goody. I love that child. Goody goody. She's all read. Goody goody. She can't be beat. I don't want her to play around. Greatest little goody that is found. I love my goody, she's so pretty. Goody, 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 I love that child. Goody, goody, she's all read. Goody, goody, she can't be beat. I don't want her to play around. Greatest little goody that hit this town. Greatest little goody that hit this town. Greatest little goody that hit this town.
Goody goody child, yeah. As June 1954 release there for the 5Cs. The 5Cs, that's Clarence Anderson on lead. Goody Goody is the name of the two, not the Frankie Lyman Goody Goody, totally different Goody Goody. That one there's on Leonard Allen's United Records. Sound of Chicago here on the Vinyltreasure show. We have one more out of the year 1954. It's a 78 on George Gollner's G record label. Now, I have this on a 45. Greg Surik sold me the 45 of this. It's not that easy to find either way, at least on the G label. This is the early G, the yellow and green label. And on February 10th of 1954, the Crows did a session for George Gollner. They recorded Untrue, Baby, Miss You, I Really, Really Love You, and this song. They were backing up this gal by the name of Lorraine Ellis. Now, the song was a big pop hit for the Four Aces. I think they had a hit with this. Other hit versions were by Xavier Cugat. Wasn't he married to Charo, I think, at one time? Anyway, Jimmy Dorsey, Benny Goodman, Glenn Miller, and Gene Krupa. I think all those were released in the year 1941. Also, the Ventures had a big instrumental hit with this. Big number 15 on the Billboard pop charts on Dalton Records back in 1960. But this one's from April 54, but no mention of the Crows on the label. It's just Ray Barrow and his orchestra from April 54. Let's give a listen to Lorraine Ellis and the Uncredited Crows on George Goldner's G record label and her rendition of the tune Perfidia.
With the sentiment, my things are faded like a broken melody. While the gods of love look down and laugh at what romantic fools we mortal be.
And now I know my love was not for you, and so I'll take it back with a sigh. The pity is one goodbye.
Melody. While the god of love look down and laugh at what romantic fools we mortal be.
That sounds really good on a 78. That's Lorraine Ellis and the Uncredited Crows from April 54. Her rendition of the tune Perfidia, George Goldner's G Records, at Yellow and Green G label. And this would be re-released on Bullseye Records back in August of 1955. I have the Bullseye release too. You know, Johnny G is a completist here. So let us continue. Let's move into 1955 now. Wow, we started out in 1938. Here we are all the way up to 1955. We go back out to the West Coast, this time to Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller's Spark record label. For The Sound of the Robins, they recorded 6 on Spark Records. This was their third release, written by the label owners, Lieber and Stoller. It features Carl Gardner on lead from January 55. The Robins on Spark. Their tune is called If Teardrops Were Kisses. The Robins.
If teardrops were
Kisses, if the sun was a sigh, I say hello to love instead of goodbye.
If heartaches were
if my sorrows were joy, life would be an easy game, and love a simple toy. But I guess it's time to put this silly game. Back, back, back on the shelf. 'Cause when you play with make-believe, you're only fooling yourself.
Teardrops are
Teardrops, and the heartache is pain, and it looks like I'll never be in love again.
Teardrops are
Teardrops, and the heartache is pain, and it looks like I'll never be in love again. Bong, 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 bong.
That's Carl Gardner and the Robins from January 1955. It's on the Spark record label. If Teardrops Were Kisses is the name of the tune. We're going to flip that one over to the next 78 show for Frank Chingaro, so we will do that. As we continue here on the All 78 show, let's go to the Bronx, New York for this next group. Their debut single came out on Jerry Blaine's Josie label in April of 1954. A great two-sided 45, My Plea for Love, back with Music Maestro Please, but they would then sign with Sidney Siegel's Dawn Records for their next two releases. This is their second and a great jump tune. This is the intended B-side. This features Larry Gales on lead, and I do like this one a lot. This is on a flexi disc, that Flexi 78. That's the way you want to get your 78s. From March 55, the Starlings on Dawn Records. It's called I Gotta Go Now, the Starlings.
I got to go now. Hate to leave, I got to go now. Don't wanna see you crying, because I'm going this way. Hey, I got to go now. Don't wanna hurt you, got to go now. Got to desert you, got to go now. But I'll be back someday. Hey, when I come back, I'll bring a sack like Santa brings Christmas toys. If you'll be here, I'll bring good cheer like it does for girls and boys. But I got to go now. Hate to leave, I got to go now. Don't wanna see you crying, because I'm going this way. But I'll be back someday. Like Santa brings Christmas toys. If you'll be here, I'll bring good cheer like it does for girls and boys. But I got to go now. Hate to leave, I got to go now. all gonna see you crying because I'm going this way. But I'll be back someday.
As March 1955 release there for Larry Gales and the Starlings. That is on Sidney Siegel's Dawn record label, the Starlings with I Gotta Go Now. And Johnny G not going now, although we're making good progress here on the program. This was their second release on Dawn Records. Of course, they would sign with MGM Records and record it as the Twilighters. They got a couple of great song releases on MGM, which I don't have on a 78, but I have them on a 45. Anyway, we continue here in 1955. Still have some cool flip sides from the last 78 show. Now, on that show, I featured this gal with a male backing. Her name was Pearl Reeves. She was being backed up by the Concords, and the song called You Can't Stay Here. And it came out on Morty Shad's Harlem label. Oddly, the label calls this rock and roll blues. Maybe it is, I don't know. From April 1955, let's give a listen to Pearl Reeves and the Concords on Harlem Records. It's called I'm Not Ashamed. It says, I'm not ashamed, parentheses, ugly woman, from April 55.
Man, look at that ugly woman.
I know I'm an ugly woman. I got corns all over my hand. But I've got something, honey, that will please the average man. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Looks don't mean a thing. Some looks at me with pity, and some just stands and stare. But leave me when I tell you, I'll swear the stuff is share. I'm not ashamed. No, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Looks don't mean a thing. And my figure ain't so fair, but mama gave me something that will take me anywhere. I'm not ashamed. No, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed. Good looks don't mean a thing.
Wow, there you go. That's Pearl Reeves and the Concords, April 1955. That's on The Morty Shad's Harlem Records out of New York City. I'm Not Ashamed, parentheses. Ugly Woman is the name of the tune. Of course, the Concords have their own release on the Harlem label, a song called Candlelight. That's a great record with Milton Love on lead. I might have that on a 78. It might not be clean, but I definitely have a nice 45 of Candlelight. Johnny G is your Thursday afternoon disc jockey. We're here from 2 till about 4:30. We'll go a little bit longer than 4:30 today. But thank you all for being here. This is the second show of the week. I'll be back on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. right here on YouTube and also live on Oldies and More Radio. So you can check me out there. If you have a request, you can send it to me at Vinyltreasures. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let's move into 1956 now with this group from New Haven, Connecticut, first recording as the Four Leads, singing gospel. Then they became secular. They went into secular music. They changed their name to the Pyramids. And Ruby Whitaker introduced them. I knew these guys and introduced them to her manager, or her label owner, Joe Davis. He was the owner of JD Records and also of Davis Records, and he signed the group. This was the group's first of two on Davis. It features Joe Stallings on lead. He also wrote the tune from August 56. These are the Pyramids. Pyramids on the Davis label. It's called At Any Cost. The Pyramids.
Do you trust your pretty shining like a star when you think that all is lost? She'll be there right where you are. Be faithful right to the end. Oh, when you think that all is lost, she'll come to you at any cost. There are times when you will doubt her. All is lost, but when you need her most of all, she'll be there right by your side. She promised to be faithful, right to the end. Oh, when you think that all is lost, she'll come to you at any cost. Oh, she'll come to you at any cost.
Yeah, there you go. That's the tune that George Doo-Wop Tompkins turned me on to when I used to listen to his program out of Westchester Community College. Those are the Pyramids. The Pyramids from August 1956. That's their first of two on Joe Davis's Davis label. At Any Cost is the name of the tune. They would have one more release. They would actually back up Ruby Whitaker, a great record they do on the Mark X record label. And I have that on a 45, but it plays so much better on a 78. Johnny G is your Thursday afternoon disc jockey. We are plowing through these 78s. We are in the year 1956, and this next group This is on Chris Ford's Tuxedo label, and he owned also not only the Tuxedo label, he also owned Mint Records. And Chris Ford was a watchmaker by trade, but he operated his business and labels out of a small office on Nassau Street in Manhattan's downtown financial district. But I have no information on this group. The song co-written by the lead singer on this, his name is Don Bruce. This is not an easy record to find either way on a 45 or 78. I do have the 45. Never seen another copy of it, though, from May 1956. Don Bruce and the Four Beats. Right? Yeah. It's on Tuxedo Records. It's called Love Leads a Fool.
Love leads a fool night and day. Love leads a fool all the way. Love leads a fool across the ocean blue. Darling, I'm a fool for you. Love leads a fool. I don't know why love makes a fool break down and cry. Love leaves a fool and breaks his poor heart. Tell me, why did we part? I tried to make you so happy. I love no one but you. And now that I'm sad and I'm lonely, I lost my heart when I lost you. Love leads a fool up to the sky. Love leads a fool until he dies. Love leads a fool. You know, dear, that it's true. For love led this fool to you. Up to the sky, love leads a fool until he dies. Love leads a fool. You know, dear, that it's true. For love led this fool to you, yes, to you. Oh, love led this fool to you.
As May 1956 release there for Don Bruce and the Four Beats on the Tuxedo record label. That's Chris Ford's Tuxedo Records. Love Leads a Fool is the name of the tune. Johnny G ain't no fool, I can tell you that much. And you're not a fool if you're listening to these cool sounds from the 1950s on original 78 shellac as we continue here. This is a flip side from the last 78 show. I featured this group out of Detroit. They were called the Five Scalders. Played their second release on the Drummond label called Willow Blues, and we sent that one out to a Jack in New Jersey, and it featured Johnny Mayfield on lead. He's also doing lead on the flip side. Again, it mentions on the label features Bill Moore on tenor sax, and the 45s of this play pretty crappy with a 78 with a 45 needle. You got to play with a 78 needle, but the 78 sound phenomenal. I will say that. Let's go to April of 1956. These are the Five Scalders out of Detroit on the Drummond label. It's called Girlfriend.
Oh, well, you are my girlfriend, and I need you more every day. Well, I need you so, and I never let you go. You are my girlfriend. Oh, well, you are my girlfriend, and I want the whole world to know. Where I go, you may go, and you know, darling, that I know you are my girlfriend. Do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, girlfriend. Do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, do-wop, do-wah-da-wah, girlfriend. Are my girlfriend, and I want the whole world to know. Well, I need you so, and I'll never let you go. You are my girlfriend. You are my girlfriend. You are my girlfriend.
That's April 1956 release there for the Five Scalders. Five Scalders out of Detroit, Michigan, though. That's on the Drummond record label. Song entitled Girlfriend is the name of that tune. We got a few more out of the year 1956. Here's another flip side from the last 78 show. This group out of Brooklyn, New York, came out on Jack and William Angel's Neil Records. It features the Kitty lead of Ronnie Watson. Someone requested the flip side. What was the A side of this? I think it's called I'm in Love. I neglected to put that on here, but it was I'm in Love was the side that I played. But I think this is the intended A side here, if I'm not mistaken. It's a ballad, a tune written by Les Cooper. This one from August 56. Let's give a listen to the Young Lads. Kitty lead here, Ronnie Watson on lead. The song is called Moon. I messed this up, Charlene. The song is called Moonlight. The Young Lads from August 56 with Moonlight.
Moon shines at night, light up the dawn. I love you, darling, so don't break my heart. Moon shines in the night, light up the dawn. I love you, darling, so don't break my
Kitty Leads here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, the Young Lads. Young Lads, that's actually kicked off the Neil record label, August 1956, Ronnie Watson on lead. Moonlight is the name of the tune. That was one. There were two records I played, 278s I played today that I got from Glenn Fousel. He traded me store stock 78s for 3 Beatle LPs. Beatles versus the Four Seasons on VJ. I think I've told you this story. Tony Sheridan of the Beatles, which was on the Decca label, and I think their second album, which I like. I like the Beatles' second album on Capitol. My favorite song is a tune they do called Tell Me Why. Not that I can play that on my 60s show, but anyway, I'm just letting you know. And he always told me, you got the better deal on that. I said, well, listen, a deal is a deal. You know, when he gave me all these 78s, and he was actually a big supplier. He supplied me with a lot of Columbia promos, you know, from the 50s and the 1960s. And he unfortunately passed away. He used to work for Louis Silvani and Times Square Records. Got 3 more 78s to go here. Here's another flip side. Actually, I opened up with the flip of this. This group from Philadelphia on the last 78 show called the Revels. It was their first of 2. Came out on Bernie Lowe's Sound label. The side I featured was called Later, Later Baby. That featured Sam Hart on lead. Sam is also doing lead on the flip side. This one out of 1956. It's with Sid Bass and the orchestra, or Bass, I should say. Sid Bass and the orchestra, the Revels. The Revels on Sound. It's called You Lied to Me.
You lied to me. You said our love would always be. You even said you trusted me. You lied to me. Our love's not true. Even though I still love you. And now, my dear, I'm feeling blue. You lied to me.
Stop your pretending
And saying you love me so.
Our love has ended.
So, baby, 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 just go. Our love's not true. Even though I still love you. And now, my dear, I'm feeling blue.
So sad and blue.
You lied to me.
Now, dear, stop your pretending.
And saying you love me so.
Our love has ended.
So, baby, 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 just go. Our love's not true. Even though I still love you. And now, my dear, I'm feeling blue.
So sad and blue.
You lied to me.
You lied to me. You lied to me. You lied.
Yeah, they're out of Philadelphia there, the Revels. The Revels, that's Sam Hart on lead, 1956. That's their first of two on the sound record label, You Lied to Me. Found that in the wild for 25 cents. Can't go wrong for buying 78 for 25 cents. As we continue here, two more for 78s to go before we sign off here of our Thursday afternoon. Let's go to this next group out of Oakland, California. They recorded two for Dixie Williams' Dutone record label, which was out of Los Angeles. Their first release was a song called Be Fair. This was the follow-up, written by the lead singer of the group. His name was Huey Roundtree. We're going to send this one out to Liam in Australia. This one from July 56. Let's give a listen to The Pipes. The Pipes on Dutone Records. It's called You Are an Angel. The Pipes.
You are an angel from heaven above, and you are the angel
Sounds of California here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, July 1956. We'll send that one out to Liam in Australia. That's the sound of the Pipes. The Pipes there on Dixie Williams' Dutone record label. That's Huey Roundtree on lead. You Are an Angel is the name of the tune. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 78s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me, you have a request, you want to tell me that you like these 78s, send me an email at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact number here. And I am glad to present these records here in the afternoon here. Nice afternoon here. 64 degrees and sunny. It's hot up here in the attic, though, a little bit. But anyway, I hope you dug on all the tunes there. Again, if you're new to the program, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you heard today. And click that bell so you get notifications when Johnny G goes live. But thank you all for being here. We started off the show back in 1938. Here we're going to close the show from 1957. And I'll be back on Saturday night beginning at 9 p.m. for 1950s and early 60s Your request played chronologically by year on that show, so we're putting it together, Charlene and I working on that. But let's close the show tonight because I got to get going here. This group is out of the Bronx, New York. They were discovered by Don Carter, who was an agent for Don Robey's, I guess we'll call it, Don Robey owned the Duke, Peacock, and Backbeat record labels and was booking talent, local talent, in a lot of the major cities, one being, of course, New York. And they discovered, or I should say Carter discovered this group out of the Bronx, New York, and that's how they ended up on this label out of Houston, Texas. And it's the group's debut single and their biggest hit. This was recorded in April of 1957. They released it in September of 1957. Their first of two. Our closer today is by Norman Fox and the Rob Roys, September 57. It's called Tell Me Why. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the remainder of your afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are tuned in here to the program. And I'll be back right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Thank you again for being a part of it. And thank you all of you that have been in the chat room there. So everybody take care. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long, Norman Fox and the Rob Roys.
Tell me why the stars in the sky, they're the same kind of stars that I see in your eyes. I love you, yes I do. Oh, won't you tell me why? Tell me why my heart skips a beat every time that you're near, every time that we meet. I love you, yes I do. Oh, won't you tell me why? Tell me why. Oh, tell me why. I love you so. You know my heart will never let you go. You know my love for you is all blue square. When I wake up in the morning, I want you right there. Whoa, why? Tell me why my heart skips a beat every time that you're near.